Okay, so I'm going to show you the how to swatch in the round method that's out there in the world but not talked about a lot. So knit stitches and purl stitches are different sizes. Knit stitches are longer than they are tall. Purl stitches are more square and chunky. When you knit and purl, they nest together and create a certain fabric. When you're just knitting in the round, it's a tighter fabric because you're not pulling at it with the purls to get those knits. You're just knitting. And how you do that is you cast on just like you ordinarily do. Whatever cast on you want. It's up to you. It's no big deal. And then you knit, you're going to end with the yarn way down here with the needle on the left-hand side. And so what you do is you pull that needle back to where you started, and then you just drag this yarn along in the back and then start knitting, right? And don't pull on it too tight. You want to let it sag a little bit. And you can just hold it with your fingers while you start to knit again. And then once you get a couple of stitches in, then you can just let it go and you should be fine. And you'll end up with something that looks like this. It's kind of a mess. And a lot of people say, if you want your swatch to represent something that you're going to block and then wear, then you should also, block and wash and block your swatch, because whatever happens to your swatch happens to your finished project. You do your own thing. Anyway, when you're doing a swatch, you should do a lot of stitches and then measure. Take your little ruler and measure over here, measure over there, measure over here. Make sure it's the same stitches per inch wherever you're measuring. And if it's not, then you're like, well, you can sort of average it out. Or if you're getting a size that you don't like, just do a little bit, then do throw some purl stitches for a few rows, switch needles, and then do some more swatching. And then you can compare the two different needle sizes, right? That's one thing you can do. The other thing is to cast on more stitches than what the gauge, like if your pattern says, 15 stitches in 4 inches or whatever, then cast on like twice as many, because you can measure 15 stitches, but you want to, and these edge stitches are going to be like, when you first knit, they're going to be like, a little wonky. So you want to like concentrate on the middle stuff. So cast on more than what they are asking for in the pattern. So yeah, that's how you do a swatch in the round without having to cast on 200 stitches for your sweater to see if that's that's like a pain in the ass. So just cast on, in general, I would cast on like 30 stitches anyway, and then just knit, slide your stitches, and have this thing. You can rip it out when you're done and reuse this yarn. If you don't have very much yarn, like you can't buy anymore, then I would rip it out and just reuse it again. And you can wash it. If it's all kinky and curly, you can wash it and it'll be fine. Have another video about washing kinky curled up yarn. I'll put that up there. Or you can, if you have plenty of yarn, cut it, wash it, block it, all that good stuff.